You ever wonder if the internet was a mistake? Dixie got shaded by Trisha Paytas, Sheen Dawson got exposed again, and Corp's husband, what is up with his face reveal? By the way, folks, I just got a brand new roommate and things going amazing. He's just a little cowardly. Irrelevant news. Rapper Jack Harlow's first music video recently resurfaced.
Mr. Harlow. Flow so cold, man, I got him wearing jackets. White boy swag, yeah, I'm so charismatic.
Now, folks, don't rush to judgment. We've only watched about 5 seconds of this video. I bet that the hook gets a lot better.
Who be slaying those beats every day of the week? Doing his thing since he came on the scene. That's me, that ass.
At the end of the day, folks, we have to appreciate Jack Harlow because he's teaching us a very important lesson that the internet is forever. And according to Antonio Lopez, it is also very fake.
Every social personality is playing a character. The person you are watching is not actually them.
Wait, is that true? Does that mean that all the crimes that Tony allegedly committed and is currently being sued for didn't happen? I am unlearning so much, folks.
I'm not joking when I say this. Please stop idolizing people that are manipulating you, being a person they want you to see. The real them is not displayed to you. They are showing you a version of their self.
That is so incredibly profound. I feel like I have learned so much from the guy who's known for dancing with his shirt off and allegedly doing inappropriate things with little curls. He definitely has a very unusual perspective on life. And speaking of things that nobody could have seen coming, Charlie Puth called out famed TikTok paparazzi Hollywood Fix.
The Hollywood Fix? What is wrong with you guys? Is it really worth any amount of money doing this to someone?
Charlie's referring to a video where the Hollywood Fix and other paparazzi chased down Addison Rae so they can ask her questions about her boyfriend, Bryce Hall, allegedly cheating on her, which, folks, by the way, it is essential journalism. Because what will happen to the world if we don't know the state of Addison? And yes, I just lost about 50 IQ points just from saying that.
Hey, I understand being a paparazzi is a business and there's no issue there when you are providing for your family, etc., but must we tear down and people when they're in plain sight, clearly very uncomfortable for content? Get more creative. It's really sad at this point.
How dare Charlie talk to the paparazzi like that, folks? Doesn't he know that they haven't learned a thing about what they did to Britney Spears? Anyway, folks, Gwen Blackwell, Addison's friend who was there when the paparazzi were chasing down Addison, recently shared her thoughts about Bryce's bathroom stall.
My take on Bryce Hall is I think Bryce Hall is a domestic terror. But
oh, Gwen, better be careful. You know, there's a whole bunch of commentators who like to take every single statement seriously, and jokes don't exist in their universe.
That guy is literally insane. Insane. And as a comedian, it's literally material just walking in front of you that people expect you to ignore.
I mean, folks, let's be real. It's difficult to ignore Bryce's bathroom stall. The guys lived through an ice age. And speaking of ice age, everyone's favorite Neanderthal shared his thoughts on life in Hollywood.
As I sit observing the horde of inebriated young Hollywood socialites driven by temptation and bad intentions, I take pleasure in knowing that while a part of me flourishes in such an environment, my personal aspirations will not often lead me to such crassness.
I guess Jake Paul Sr. figured out how to download the Thesaurus app on his iPhone.
The privilege of youth, the absence of responsibility, the free-spirited nature of song and dance, all fleeting. I feel it. The venom of adulthood slowly sinks its way into my veins, and with it comes new passions and new habits. I do enjoy it.
Actually, folks, I think Logan Paul was delivered his neighbor's issue of The New Yorker for this month by mistake, and he ended up just typing whatever he saw on the first page and posting it as over his.
But I cannot deny the inevitable ending of an era.
You gotta appreciate Logan Paul for typing out a whole lot of nothing just to say that he doesn't want to be a sucky person anymore. And while we're on the subject of saying a whole lot of nothing, David Dobrik went on a no bullying tour.
I think the most important takeaway from this, and I know it sounds cheesy, and I know it's been said a million times, but I promise you it's the only thing you gotta live by, is be kind to others. That's it. Treat people the way you want to be treated, and life will be a lot better for you and everyone.
And David knows this for a fact, folks. I mean, just look at the way he treated former Vlog Squad member Seth Francois.
Congrats on your commercial, Seth.
Are you kidding me?
Gee, since David believes in treating others the way he'd like to be treated, I wonder when David is gonna let Seth Francois have Jason Nash essay him.
And just ignoring all those other voices, because when you don't give any attention or energy to the people that are trying to bring you down, they're gonna stop. That's all it is. I think it's important to note that everyone in this world has experienced bullying in one form or another.
Folks, David is a perfect spokesperson for this anti-bullying campaign. I mean, just look at the way he used to treat Big Nick.
You got a nice view. You probably haven't seen it, though.
It's funny when you make fun of Gabby, but when you make fun of me, it's like, wow, David's making fun of a disabled person. You're fucking...
No, people love to exaggerate, folks. It's not like David Dobrik literally titled the video bullying a little kid. But when you think about it, folks, it makes sense that David Dobrik was hired for this anti-bullying campaign because only a bully can teach people how to not get bullied. Anyway, folks, James Charles, what's going on with him now?
Tells the story of you getting caught tickling your pickle.
Now, folks, this video is amazing because not only does it show James Charles Jr.'s thought process behind making a family-friendly video, but it also aged like milk.
When I was younger, I think in around 6th grade, I was 12 years old at the time. At the time, there were a lot of really, really famous bloggers that I loved and looked up to. And one website that all these famous bloggers would always go on to meet their fans was called Omegle, which is an online chat room.
Is it just me, or is this story starting to sound a little familiar?
When you're scrolling through strangers' video cameras on an anonymous live video cam website, I'm sure you can imagine what I started to come across as a hormonal 12-year-old.
Now, folks, don't worry. By the end of this segment, we will all be neuralized, so we won't have to save any of these memories.
A lot of people were using Omegle for different purposes, and through realizing this, I also started using Omegle for different purposes, if you get what I'm putting on the table here.
You ever stop and wonder why somebody would share such an intimate story with literally millions of people, which is kind of a crime for at least one of the parties involved?
The visits to Omegle became more and more frequent until they were literally a daily occurrence, which thinking about it now is literally so repulsive, but at the time, I'm not even gonna lie, I was definitely like addicted to it.
There's something deeply profound about what we're watching, folks. It is literally the preamble for everything that's gonna go wrong in the second act of the movie.
I was a minor at the time. I was obviously 12 years old, but I never once ever got naked on camera, and to this day I have still never sent a dickety pickety.
Well, look at how much things can change in just a couple of years.
Every single time it would always be a guy who was above age doing his business, and then when he would ask me to take my clothes off, I'd always be like, oh, my camera's broken, I don't know what's going on, it won't turn on. What the heck, this is so weird, this has never happened before.
Ah, shucks, too bad there wasn't a notes app back then that he could use to send an apology to the creeps on Omegle. And in other news, folks, Noah Beck has been getting backlash for this magazine cover where he's wearing high heels and fishnets.
Noah Beck wearing fishnets and mistress heels? Disgusting. This queer baiting has to be put to an end. Not Noah Beck queer baiting. Noah Beck going from making a trend mocking gays to queer baiting to wearing high heels and eyeliners, so it's the queer baiting for me.
Folks, society doesn't have to evolve. We do not live in a world where people are free to do and dress however they want. We must live in the caves with the rest of the scummentary community. Anyway, folks, somebody unexpected popped in on Noah Beck's and Dixie D'Amelio's Pass It Challenge.
Passing the phone to the only girl besides my mom and sisters that I just can't live without.
I'm passing my phone out to my favorite pop star, Noah's girlfriend, also known as Charlie's sister.
Whoa, folks, that just came out of nowhere. Trisha Paytas jumping in with a shade. I wonder if that strategy is gonna pay out.
I'm giving the phone to a person who is a really funny girlfriend.
I'm passing the phone to someone who deserves more than a fake relationship for TikTok views. This is why you're really, really sad. And you're never gonna be happy according to your music number.
Am I the only one who gets the feeling that World War III is about to start? Anyway, folks, Sheen Dawson, we haven't heard from him in a while, but excerpts from his book recently resurfaced on Twitter.
Bing! New AOL Instant Messenger message. I ran over to my old Dell laptop and pried it open. This was 2002 and Dell was the ish, so no judgment. I opened up my AIM and there it was, a picture of a flaccid 9th grade boy's wee-wee.
Yeah, FBI? 1 second, folks. I think I got someone. No, I'm not gonna go back on hold.
My plan was to get the most unflattering picture of this kid's wee-wee and print out hundreds of them and post them around school the next day. It was a genius plan, except for the fact that I would get expelled for doing that and possibly go to prison for a crime. But I didn't think that far ahead.
I feel like YouTube should start having some thinking workshops because it doesn't seem like it's a forte for most YouTubers.
As I was mid-story about one incident during which my dog licked my bum while I was tickling my pickle, I didn't push him away. Come on, we've all been there.
You know, folks, it's the little moments that just make you want to reset your entire life so you don't even have to think about something like this ever. And in other news, Corp's husband spoke about his face reveal.
With how the internet is, it'll probably inevitably happen against my will. But am I planning it? No.
You know what? Corpse is right. The internet is a sick place. And now a palate cleanser. Anyway, way, defenders, make sure you like and subscribe for more videos like this. If you like, will be another excerpt from Shane Dawson's book that we do not have to ever know of. Tell me in the comments down below what do you think. I want to know. Check out these videos right here. They're good too. Make sure you're still washing your hands, not touching your faces, staying away from stupid people. Have an amazing day, defenders. I love all of you. Peace.